Welcome to the Blockchain Podcast. I'm your host, with Tyc, and a very, very special guest from my favorite people on the Twitter. Your name?
Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Carl.
Is I.
Carl Carlson himself. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I just got recovered from a sickness, and I thought that God thought he could stop me from attending this podcast. But I am here now because I am a constant foil to everyone's plan. So how about you two,
You're a
gents?
force of nature.
Yes, everyone I know is. How about you two, gents? You two gents sound a bit dying.
Kind of. There are a few things that I don't particularly want to share in the podcast.
Oh, that's fine.
So I'm just going to be sitting here.
Yeah, that's fair. I woke up like 40 minutes ago.
I didn't sleep at all since last night's VC.
We went on for like 10 straight hours. I don't know if that's...
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Ooh,
All right, well, only one more hour of this, and then we'll see. Carl, how many Twitter followers do you have?
I have almost 300 cult members following me.
Wow.
Strangers from nowhere. I do not know who they are. I keep telling them how much I hate them, and they keep saying how much they love me back. I do not understand how this works.
Yeah, I remember... Okay, we need some background to this. Now, I've wanted to talk to you for a super long time. Not even like just on the podcast, but just in general. Yeah,
because
man.
You've actually known me for almost 3 years, as you reminded me a while back when I had like a simultaneous NSFW and Safe for Work accounts, and the first interaction was with like a blue cat girl that I made for somebody. So I really appreciate that you've been with me this whole 3 years. That's really great to know.
It's really been that long.
Yeah, 3 years. It's been.
Well, fuck.
Time flies.
I haven't spoken until now.
Yep, and
it's been a long time coming.
Yep.
And I am here, coming on the floor as we speak.
On the
podcast.
Can't hear it.
Live on the podcast.
Live on the podcast. You can't hear it because I put a silencer on my penis.
Yes. Would you say, Carl, you're, I guess, known on Twitter, your kind of thing is pure chaotic random comments, just
tweets.
I'm
very XD lol random, Yeah, totally.
Oh,
totally.
Such famous tweets like, I like your shit, G, slaps pants full of shit.
Oh, yeah. I more or less just treat my Twitter as a general thought journal. I don't like sharing my opinions because, no one cares about opinions, really. But sometimes I just...
Except for right here, right now.
Except for right here, I don't know.
This is
it's an interesting thing because I feel like it's generally ends up becoming my gimmick that most people generally know me for now. Also, mostly inspired from my senpai, my big man whose heart I thought for, who I posted in the main hub, James Lee. Thing about him is that he inspired me way back from Newgrounds, where I saw his animation Tar Boy. It was very, very stylistic, and it was at that moment I realized, man, animation isn't made by some bunch of weird like ethereal entities from a computer. It's made by people. The people that actually has talent, and that was wild. I think that's what started.
I followed James Lee since Tar Boy as well. You can definitely tell the inspiration he has on your art. Speaking of animation and whatnot, you do great animations every once in a while.
Oh, thanks. It's well, for what it is, it's actually kind of tedious to work with, and also in terms of the animation, it's kind of a bit of a complicated process because Flash's drawing thing kind of sucks. So I have to draw everything from Psy and then export it as a PNG into Flash. So it gets extremely goddamn tedious to constantly readjust everything back to its head.
You always have a lot going on in them, though, and it looks really nice.
Oh, because I might as well, right? I committed this much time, I might as well double down on it. I feel like it's a mentality I always generally do. I kind of like drawing a special thing for this special occasion. I really wanted to just use a logo, but but I was too lazy to remove the blackness from the back and use it as a PNG. Now I just ended up drawing the logo, and now that took me double the amount of time.
Yeah, you texted me about that. You were like, I wanted to be lazy, you know, and not download the PNG. So I drew an entire new logo, you know. As you do.
Just casually, you know, because you know I'm better at my penis is huge. I can do it better. Sure, why not?
It's amazing. It's incredible. It's glorious.
Thank you so much. You're glorious. You big, tall, purple man.
Thank you.
Yes.
One of my favorite pieces of art you've done is the one for my birthday or something where you were like making sexual advances on my character.
Yeah, where you're still very comically tall and I am very short.
Yeah.
Yes.
You drew your little guy pinning me up against a gate.
Yes.
Yeah. In a very sexual manner.
Doesn't matter.
It was good. It was good art.
That was a gimmick I used to do when I was still kind of figuring out things, and now I kind of stopped doing that because it's not the kind of thing I want to be known for anymore. Especially with kind of what's going on, I kind of start to during that time I kind of hold my value to arbitrary numbers, superficial numbers. But now, like, I really just kind of don't give a shit. Now I kind of
no, that's healthy.
it just gave up.
Good.
Yeah, it's very much healthy. The ironic thing is, if you're a long-term user, I don't think a good user base is one that completely discourages you from actually using your app. It's definitely if you're hearing this, delete Twitter off your phone. Like, I just keep it to browser at best. Don't ever constantly have notifications on. It's gonna fuck.
Mobile app is garbage, anyways.
Oh man. So interesting though. I do want to know.
It's overplayed.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I talked over you just now. Please continue.
No, it's cool. I'm done.
Right.
You go.
Okay,
man.
So I actually have a question for Tyc on how the Tycho from Penny Arcade. I'm talking to Tycho. No, fuck, I'm turning retarded. Jesus, Tyc. How did your name come to fruition? Because I know Bell's name because he answered like a Curious Cat question because he likes electric purple and that your name starts with a V, right?
Yeah.
Where did Tyc-Loud come to fruition? You know, it's always interesting to know how people's usernames come to existence.
It was set as my Steam username initially, and I just never changed it. I did go under different aliases, like for like a few years, but then my reputation got fucked, and then I wanted a reboot.
That's how it is.
You committed a federal war crime, and now you're living under a different alias.
Yeah. You see, I used the iFunny watermark.
Oh my god.
And I posted memes in general.
You white man. You also have white taste. Good to know.
I mean, people still despise me. I have 200 people blocking me.
Oh fuck.
Oh, that's
that's
cool.
how I run the blockchain.
Hey.
Part of the name. Speaking of blockchain and its various antics, we got some viewer questions.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
I want to ask this one. It actually was set in chat a couple minutes ago. Question from Dom. Do skeletons really love milk as much as they are portrayed to by the media?
Oh, totally. And this is coming from me. I mean, any though it depends on what type of milk it is. Unless you're a soy drinker, then you're some sort of weird heathenous fucking slag of a skeleton. Jesus Christ, you fucking soy boy. And also because speaking of skeletons in media, though, just any skeletons in media, I always just go crazy, go stupid, because it's always so fun to see them. In terms of milk, though, I actually unironically started drinking milk ever since I started having a weird love for skeletons. So I am terribly malnourished. Like, you can see the tendons in my hands from having to jog a lot and arch my back. You can see my spine bulging out of my back.
Damn.
But my bones, they're strong. So ironically enough, I make up for my strength like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I recall hearing somewhere that soy milk actually lowers your masculinity.
Your testosterone.
It does. So I do not know. So, you know, the absolute virgin.
Yeah. No soy. And if you drink soy milk, you're not a man.
Soy bones, yeah.
You're eating it. If I catch you eating an Impossible Whopper.
You don't want to know what's going to happen.
You're going to get a Whopper.
Everything's going to happen.
Alright, so speaking of...
It's, Yeah, skeletons.
This is the funny
spooky,
thing
they're
about skeletons, though. I think the main reason I do love them is that as much as they're portrayed in a lot of horror stuff, they're not actually scary. Like, they can be cool, they can be hot
Yeah,
sometimes, they can be stylish, but they are not scary at all. They're very
They
funny
can be hot
looking.
sometimes.
Yeah, they can be very hot, but they're not scary at all. But that's this funny thing. Like, they look goofy, which is why I love them, which is why I'm a skeleton, because I mean, you know, I'm a big chin man. I got a huge cock in my pants right now. But I am not threatening at all. I could not intimidate anyone, no matter how angry I am. I sound too much like a fucking nerd right now. As much as I kept joking about it on Twitter, but
You're not going to be scary anymore once this episode goes up. Everyone's going to know you're just normal.
everyone's gonna know that it turns out, big man that presents themselves as very cool is very insecure and hides their insecurities through $5 sunglasses.
Well, what else is new? But I remember you mentioned something a little earlier that you think skeletons are hot. That's also a factor of
is a
following you on Twitter.com.
Ooh, thank you.
Is it like, I gotta ask, is it like a joke, or are you genuinely attracted to skeletons on occasion?
Oh no, I think skeletons are hot. Like, it depends on how you stylize them. Like, like Carla, for example. I mean, I gave her bone titties. Like, her rib cages are shaped like tits. She's just my only deliberately sexual character that I would design, because I just really am attracted to skeletons. Yeah, hard life for hard bones. Yeah.
Tits had bones.
Oh, that'd be
solid.
whack.
What the fuck?
You squeeze, it's just a hard core inside.
You can't squeeze. You can't. It's just fuck it. What, like pits, like a fucking cherry? Old balls of bone.
It's almost like fruits with seeds in them. Oh,
That's disturbing.
It's almost like putting a rock in a balloon. Wait, no, that's a back. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I can't size it all the way around. It's also
yeah.
8 in the morning, so I'm kind of very checked out.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, next question.
Yeah, we got another viewer question here. Joe does draw, changes his name like all the time.
Joe Bean, can of beans.
Thank you, Joe.
Stick with one name, Joe.
What would you do if you were in a large position of power?
Cry.
Just hypothetically, you know, like you're powerful, you're in a big position of power.
I'm powerful and all that stuff. Honestly, though, ironically enough, as I start to develop my frontal brain by growing older and becoming more conscious of the world, and now reflecting on my horrible past actions that I cannot run away from.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, didn't think much about that. You know, but being on power is not really much my thing. But I guess if I was, I'd find a rival. That's it. I'd find someone to fight, someone of equal power to bring me life again, bring me joy.
President of the
find me a
United
reason
States.
to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. If I'm that strong, I'd find someone to fight. That's it. That's my answer. I always have an obsession with rival dynamics.
Find your Metro Man to your Mega Mind.
Yeah, yes, exactly. The Metro Man to my Mega Mind. Perfect. Yeah. That's exactly what I want.
If I was in a large position of power, I would get bitches and fuck money.
Oh yeah, it's just a wad of cash, like strapped on like a flashlight.
I'd probably take over an entire street block.
Just one street.
Kind of like that whole Chaz situation a few months back, but we don't want to get too political.
Topical.
It would just be like Megamind, the movie. I fucking love Megamind. I remember I used to love that movie so much.
Yeah, like
I still love it.
It's a great
I think
film.
though when a lot of people were younger, they probably dismissed it as some sort of Despicable Me ripoff. But you know, as our brains, like I said, now that we are less stupid now, we can appreciate for its more appreciate the story better. That's what I think. Jesus Christ, the nuance. You know how? I think it's also funny now that it kind of made a Redditor. It kind of showed with the what's the guy's name? The fucking Redditor, the camera guy who was
Hal.
Hal, yeah.
Hal.
Like the sort of whole dynamic with that is very interesting because
That guy,
Hal's even though given the power, he's not doing it for the same reason as Mega Man. Mega Man is actually becoming a better person for the girl, while Hal does it for selfish reasons. It's honestly really good. I don't think about
that movie was before its time.
Way before its time.
So now that since we're on the
yeah.
topic of Megamind, did you guys know I created the Megamind fandom is dying image with chills?
No, I did not. With chills, as in top 15 chills.
Yeah, here's if you search up the Megamind fandom is dying.
Wait.
I edited that image.
Oh my god.
It is my proudest achievement.
Oh my, the
Mega Man fandom is dying. Repost if you're a
Oh
true
my
Mega
God.
Minder.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
Hey, know your meme. Please credit me.
Holy shit.
It is my proudest
God.
achievement.
Weird. What a small
man.
world. It reminds me of when Sebo made the Chronoplier edit, and it was reposted and got a lot more attention, and Markiplier actually saw and laughed at the meme in the video.
Yeah. I actually saw it on Instagram once, and I sent it to Sebo because he's the one who thought up the... I just edited chills to look like a Megamind. I did not think of the caption. Know your meme, credit us!
Oh my god, that's glorious.
Memes are better when they're multiply contributed.
God, that was actually reposting the fucking...
Just whatever.
Your name may
next
be
question.
Dumb, but you're a huge bottom.
Next question.
I hope you heard that.
Sputnik Space Hub. Hello, Sputnik. Who do you think would win in a fist fight between all current members of the British Parliament? Let me just Google British Parliament members.
If I'm not mistaken, I remember seeing on Twitter there was a member there who was dressed in full Bloodborne gear. So I'm voting for that guy. That dude's sick. That is sick.
Oh my god, really?
Like I don't know where it was. He straight up had that Bloodborne Kona hat. I'm gonna try to fucking look him up if I could. Hold on a moment. I don't know where he is. It might be way too far.
I don't know. Jeremy Corbyn. Looks like he could beat someone up. My vote's on Jeremy.
Okay, I may live in British Columbia, but I know fuck all about Britain and Columbia.
Lloyd Russell Moyle definitely wouldn't win. Looking like a soy boy.
So, no comment.
Britain is related to the entire
Jeremy
Fight Club.
Corbyn, the picture that they used for his profile, I guess, reminds me of that sailor guy from The Lighthouse. You found me lobster.
Ooh, that's quite a word to say it.
Me lobster. Yeah.
If I could, I'd fuck this steak!
Yes. I want to mention quickly that you, the audience, may have noticed that on this episode of all episodes, episode 19, my audio quality is significantly improved. I paid a lot of money for a new mic and mixer. It's XLR and cool and epic.
Very sick.
very much.
Very nice.
He still can't do cool shit like me.
I can't
Like
because I didn't
either
shell
of
out
us.
an extra $500.
He may have-
but
He may have bought a cool mic, but he did not buy
Yeah.
actual coolness like me. I
Yeah.
am very cool by spending lots of money on clothes to cover my insecurities because I am so cool.
Carl is the actual coolest because he didn't spend any money on a microphone.
I did not spend money on very good equipment in order to produce better quality content. Instead, I buy clothing because I am a woman. So, ooh,
Yeah.
sorry, I shouldn't say that. You can cut that out. It's probably not gonna fly around.
It's fine. I remember, kind of speaking of clothing or whatever, there was a picture that got pretty popular that you posted a bit ago. Mm-hmm. It was edits of you, like with a bat that you made.
Oh,
really
that
detailed.
the bat I made. That is, yeah, that didn't.
Those were some cool
take
pictures.
much. What?
Those were some cool pictures.
Oh, thank you. That didn't take much to really do. It was also mainly a lot of photo manipulation, and of course, my main man, my man I thought for, the man I strive to be. I'm basically ripping off of. It kind of just came when I was just really bored, and I just kind of decided You know what? I kind of been saving this commission money that I got. I want to I want to make a different project with it. So I just wanted to paint a bat, and that's it. And I just asked my sister to take pictures of me, and from then on, I just kind of edited around the backgrounds a bit and draw over myself. And now, the fact that it means that it takes money to get some clout now. That's still my most liked post.
Yeah.
It has more attention than that one Daisy animation of the Crow Girl that I made way a while back.
That's just kind of how it is. I don't know.
And it's also the only post where the funny internet man Pampolo actually interacted with. So that's great.
Yeah.
Alright. Anyways, what about you guys? You ever have the same thing? Just sort of one post that didn't really put that much attention to, as it does everyone, but it ends up becoming the biggest post they ever get. Attention.
That's always how it is. That's just exactly. It's just how the internet works.
Yeah,
I don't get mad at it when it happens. I just understand that's, how it is.
I would have to dig back a bit to like 2018.
Yes, because screw original effort. In fact, just submit to trends and formulaic mediocrity. Submit to the system. Become sheep. That's how it is. Rise up.
Yeah, I mean, I just think I don't think it's that deep. I guess it's just.
It's not. I just like saying that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, people like sharing something that they find funny more than something they just kind of find cool. I guess like a piece of art. Like I'll repost a meme like to my friends more often than I'll share art. It's just kind of how it is. It's just
it is.
How the mediums are. They're very different from each other, so I wouldn't.
Basically, it's kind of a contradictory. Like I said this before, I do not like the term Twitter artist because it's kind of a contradictory thing. You see, when I think of art, it's more like an ageless thing. Something that's unique coming from a person's mind. Whereas Twitter mostly does engage in memes, something that's kind of in the moment, is not gonna last long, something that's more trendy and all that. So it's kind of contradictory in the moment. Which is why I kind of do again before Newgrounds, because it is art first, but it is kind of bad socializing. But at the same time, that's what it is. It's art first, and if I want to, I'd rather post it there if I want to get attention. The only reason I kind of stick around for Twitter now is just because I met some great people there. Because that's how life is. Yeah. Life is goddamn horrible.
It's social media.
Yeah. Life is like the one quote from Seven by Morgan Freeman. Life is beautiful and it's worth fighting for. I agree with the second part. Life is fucking horrible, but there is things that are worth fighting for. There's a lot of great things to live for. Like as much as hard as it is, life is pointless, but at the same time, just don't spend all your time being miserable. At least try to help others to get through it as well. Anyways, enough of that gooey bullshit. Let's get away from that. Who came here for emotional reconciliation? We got a crowd to entertain.
We got viewer questions to answer.
Yeah, we're gonna burn through them. Demon, hello. Got any conspiracies that made you freak out when you were young? Hero Brian doesn't count.
I love hearing conspiracies, but when I was young, though, I don't think my stupid child brain was able to comprehend any conspiracies when I was young, or even knew what a conspiracy was. When I hear the word conspiracy, I just think of aliens. That's all that came to mind when I was younger. But now, I find it just absolutely entertaining to watch, to see the convoluted things that so much I kind of adopt into my persona. I guess in a way to describe my persona, I'm almost kind of like the character I play is kind of like standing on a soapbox next to the bus stop as you just wait for your bus, just rambling on whatever shit they talk. But I haven't heard much conspiracies as of late. What about So what about you guys? Anything juicy you heard? Something that puts your tinfoil hats on? Something that
Nah, I mean I don't really indulge in that anymore. I used to. Specifically back when I was younger. I was scared of Hero Brian, but I was like a
oh god, oh god, yeah, fucking Is Herobrine's conspiracy theory?
I don't think so.
The government has been hiding him this whole time. He's in Area 51.
He's a real man. He's
a real man. It's really a virus from the government that leaked into Minecraft. He's really an alien entity.
Forgot where I heard this conspiracy, but I heard that like actors, when they speak about their politics, and the next week they become fucking stupid because they're getting cloned and replaced.
Oh, that sounds funny.
I love that one so much.
I find conspiracies to be funny.
Yeah, these conspiracies are funny because it's so out there, and it's kind of it's always funny to hear because it makes some people feel like they're smarter than other people. Like me, I'm smarter than everyone in here because they always, it's just a tiny thing that makes people think that they know something. Like they think that they got a handle on you. Like I got you. I know what you're doing up there in the White House.
I get it.
Watch out! As they sit in their wheelchair, paraplegic as their grandsons pull them away.
You're talking about the conspiracy theories reminds me of a gimmick account I follow on Twitter, the cursed conspiraboomer images.
Oh, those boomer images.
Where it's just
fun.
you know, boomers of all sorts from across the internet conspiring about like flat Earth and like masks are a hoax. You know, don't put on your masks, sheeple. Those types of people. Man, I want to find one in real life. It'd be fun.
I always love that kind of thing. That the whole rise up people kind of thing is always find it extremely funny. Like it's almost kind of like the same thing that James Lee does, like as mentioned before. I just find it funny when it's taken to a very comedic extreme. But I mean, anything's funny when you take it to a comedic extreme. But it's always just so odd that people genuinely think like this. Like, man, the world's a bit wacky in this day.
Like I'll watch videos of like flat earthers explaining their process. They'll pour water like over a beach ball, and it's like, why isn't it sticking? According to your science, it should stick. And it's like,
it's like, no, it's stupid. It's gravity. Oh man, there was one picture. There was one picture of a boomer comic I saw, where the kid, or maybe, what was it? The fucking dad was like, "Oh, can we buy that fucking balloon?" And the kid was like, "How much gigabytes of RAM does that balloon have?" or something. It's like the boomers actually think that way. They think. Also, the fucking balloon that costed like $5 for a single fucking balloon in the fucking comic. That was also another fucking weird ass thing.
Oh yeah, I remember those back when the boomer stuff was really going around.
I think.
Look, Dad! Someone took a bunch of tweets and printed it on paper. What is this?
Dad, I touched book too hard. Now it died.
Great.
Did you consider the whole Dan Schneider thing a conspiracy or just an open secret?
I think
I haven't read too
conspiracy
much.
enough. Yeah.
I just think it's funny. I think everything is funny. He's a
weird
very laughy person.
Yeah.
Oh, that Danny.
I wouldn't trust him near my nephew.
He still hasn't brought all my bitches back. I need all them bitches.
The new shit they put out is whack. Let's be real.
God, I still listen to that music.
I don't even follow Nickelodeon. I don't even watch TV. I just watch streaming service.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. I mean, TV is a dying I don't know if it's a dying medium, but it's definitely not as prominent as it was. 'Cause live.
Oh yeah, I don't watch TV as I proceed to spend 10 to 12 hours sitting here, aching my back, staring at YouTube videos.
Well, that's not TV. It's on-demand content.
Streaming services are putting out episodes weekly.
Yeah, it's also
so they're slowly turning into TV.
You're also like allowed to see what content you prefer instead of having to sit through different schedules. So yeah. Also, I've never had a subscription. I just it's just not haven't gotten my interest yet.
And I remember when like on demand was a huge feature. It's like, whoa, you can just like click a button and watch a movie. What the fuck?
Just click a button and see the big titty on the screen.
Yeah, and then these days it's standard.
It's normal. It's just normal. modernization has taken over.
pretty cool.
Get away, old man. In comes the new. I will push you off your wheelchair now.
No.
I point at you for being
Girl,
old,
stop.
funny old man. Can't think for yourself.
Stop!
Get
No!
up, because your legs are
You
broken.
push him down the stairs.
I miss DVDs. I miss
I will
DVDs because
take
you could
your
hold
wheelchair.
more content, like behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's
like,
always
full
great.
Oh,
in-depth
yeah.
behind the scenes instead of just
Like,
a highlight reel.
even sometimes having like the special menu, like in that Shrek DVD, that's always
Hell
really
yeah.
fun.
Remember
It's
the
always-
bloopers?
Oh yeah,
Always
like all the
fun.
old 3D animation bloopers. That used to be very fun, but now Disney's becoming a global marketing conglomerate that's taking over the world with money. Eventually, the whole world is Disney.
It's fucking
will be
absurd how much
Disney.
money Disney has.
Yes,
God.
you will be Disney. The
I
viewer.
feel
will
like
be
they're
Disney.
just making the
I
live action
will be
remakes to
Disney.
literally burn money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, because screw
God.
effort anymore.
They probably cost so, like more money than I can even like imagine.
Yeah,
Like, my brain literally can't comprehend a number that big. Because you know how like your brain simply just you can imagine it, but you can't truly understand how much like a million or 3 billion is. You know, like you know.
Yeah,
it's a
well,
big
compared to
number
a
when
rich
you hear it,
person,
but-
compared to a rich person, they just wipe their ass with it. No, it's just fine. I don't need that 1 million. I just wipe my ass with that stuff. It's a matter of perspective, as always. It's kind of like in a game. Life's a game. When you start off, you start off piss poor. You're laying in your poo everywhere. Everyone's dying, and you're piss poor. Level 1, you just start off with 5 gold. Level 10, you start off like 100. You're like, man, I'm still poor. Level 50,
Fucking
you have like
Mafia
1,000.
City
I'm still
memes.
poor. Yes. Mafia City
Eventually
level
you will be the
level
boss.
200.
Keep at it.
Level 200 mobster. I got 1 million. Man, I'm still poor. Yes, definitely that. Arbiter, all that kind of stuff is never gonna be enough. So better
don't
to find
think-
a
yeah.
what?
I don't
What
know
don't you think?
Personally, I don't really have a desire to be rich. I guess as long
Yeah,
as I'm
neither do I.
content. Like I
Yeah.
want money to, continue to upgrade gear and whatnot, but not just to have it.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
money is a tool.
My personal
Yep.
dream for like next year or 2 years from now is to live stable. Like
Like every single teenager
maybe-
these days.
maybe like just invest in stocks to like so I don't have to worry about bills and if I'm going to make rents and all that bullshit.
Invest in stock images. Make your own brand of stock images.
I will.
That'd be great. I would use them thoroughly. Oh man. I definitely plan on
Living
just
rich sounds completely boring. Having everything that you want.
Yeah.
as you just lay there in your pile of money, wiping your tears away with your
If I made,
dollars.
if I made
Aspirations,
5 digits a second, I would probably still rent an apartment in like a poor neighborhood because that environment is just more interesting than mansion on top of a hill with the view of
Like
downtown.
honestly, it'd be much more lonely to live in a giant ass mansion because it's so big and with no one occupying it. Like, how you get, it makes you feel more miserable.
House tours. I've seen like videos or house tours of big mansions and stuff. Like it's so much space for like one person.
Yeah.
It
Unless
takes
you're
so
hiding
long
a
to walk
governmental
from one place to another.
bioweapon labs under it.
I'm the type of
Okay, well,
person
that's-
that literally needs just one room.
Honestly.
Yeah, I definitely plan on like just living in at least like a single story house or maybe just a really good apartment.
Yeah, if
Because
I did make
as
like
much
5 digits a month, I'd probably give most of the money to like family.
Yeah,
it's- it's
that
cute.
reminds me of what you were saying. You're comfortable living in one room. It's like the tweet I remember. It was like men think it's okay to live like this, and it's just
they want to be just a TV and like
a chair
but
and
the
TV.
but the view is really
That's
nice.
literally the dream.
That's a
Yeah.
great place to be in.
You don't
like
need
it's
anything else. Why
it's
would
really
you-
relaxing. It looks really comfy.
I feel like rich people buying mansions and all that shit, they're just like overcompensating for a poor child. Like a poor childhood.
A poor upbringing.
Oh, great! Then they have a kid, and then they're born rich, and then that's the whole thing.
And then they eventually make a music video.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they make a music.
They eventually make a music video about the riches that they never earned and how better they are than everyone.
I hold nothing against rich people, but their children are fucking cunts.
Yeah,
I wanna
exactly.
punch them.
Oh man. I wanna throw my coffee on their fucking Supreme shirt, see how they react.
Eat the rich. Like
God. No, not eat the rich.
No,
that's like
No,
the
just eat
stupid
the
thing.
assholes. That's it.
It wouldn't
I have no. Again, I also don't have any compromise against rich because I understand that. Some people sometimes money does make a person happy. And to people that say money doesn't buy happiness, that's starting to be a stupid statement. It does in this day and age. Money
Yeah.
is what essentially pays for everything now. It keeps a roof over our heads. It buys food on the table. It buys electricity so that we can draw titty on screen.
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, I want a stable income, so like I don't have to worry about bills and rent and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
So I can just lie on my bed. So I have more time
could
to lie in
literally
misery
just
on
work,
bed.
come home, and not worry about anything else.
That sounds pretty nice.
That's my ideal plan for next year. Since I've discussed with family about moving out of the city.
Speaking of moving, I am moving next year. I think I told Bill about this because my dad's gonna retire and I'm gonna have to soon become a big boy. I'm gonna have a big boy and go in the big world, big scary old world.
Yeah.
As of now, I don't ever plan on being a full-time commission artist. It's not my thing. I don't like the idea of treating a hobby as a job. Is not really a good idea because it'll just become a job. It's not gonna be something you'll enjoy. So I'd rather have it be just a side thing. At best, I'm probably gonna be a
hobby anymore.
yeah. I'd rather just be like a bartender, a barista. I really like being a mixologist. I like making drinks because I think it looks really cool. Especially bartender, but I can't be a bartender here in Malaysia because it's a pretty straight edge country, so it's not really ideal. But I'm probably just gonna end up making some foo ass coffee drinks for a bunch of white girls.
Yeah. That's how it is.
That's how it is. But you know what? That's something I'm willing to put through, and that's something people should learn.
Yeah,
you should be more conscious of things.
I've actually been somewhat interested in mixology as well. Maybe not so much as a job itself, but
because the drinks look really pretty. That's mainly why I like to do like mixology, like the way it's presented and mainly all the flashy stuff you get to do. It's a job where you get paid to show off.
I mean, hey, maybe I'll try it out. I got no idea what else I'm gonna do with my fucking life, so we'll see.
Maybe even in the end, you get to end up drinking yourself to death. That'd be funny. I walk up on the street, I see Vel passed out on the floor, and I poke him for several hours. That'd be funny.
Genuinely, though, I have no plan for my life. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing or where the fuck I'm gonna end up. I just kind of take it as I go.
Yeah.
There's no use planning anymore, pal, because the world laughs at it. You just take life as it goes. No really use planning at it. If you plan too much, you'll get disappointed if it doesn't go around it.
I've always kind of been with the go with the flow kind of guy. Take problems as they come to me, you know.
I mean, it's also it's nice to plan some things,
but
yeah. It's simply nice to plan just some tiny bits.
Like, don't try and solve problems that haven't happened yet.
Yeah.
It'll just create more.
Yeah, just make more problems for other people to solve.
For you to take care of.
Yeah. Just my one plan is just moving out of the city because of how like overwhelming it is.
As for my own plan, I plan on moving to Canada. The cold weather. Meet the Prime Minister there. Shake his soft little hands. Mr. Trudeau, big. Yeah, Tyke's from Canada. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I live in Vancouver.
Oh, cool. All right, I can see
planning on moving to either Calgary or Edmonton next year. Not permanently, for like at least for like 2 years.
Interesting. I do not know specifically where to go in Canada though. So if you have any like suggestions, that's the ideal place.
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia. Okay, it sounds like a Fallout place, but all right.
It's like a small island.
Oh, speaking of that, Oh, wait, I'll just finish the current topic. The main reason is because one of the members in here that's in the server, my Polish frog wife, Impact, is actually gonna move there as well because the state of Poland is not too good for her right now. Unless you, not to get a bit political, but the gays are a big problem in Poland. You know, if you've heard about that, it's pretty bad over there. It's kind of fucked, and I'm very scared for her. I hope she doesn't get hurt because I love her a lot. She's making me feel very special, and I really hope that she doesn't get hurt. So if you're hearing this, I hope you don't die. I hope you big lady, you big woman,
and subscribe.
Subscribe. Big strong woman. What are you guys' thoughts on big strong woman? Because some guys, they're what?
I'm intimidated by strong people in general.
Oh man, I want to get up in there and just touch a man's big man titties.
You guys are small creatures. I'm a very large, very tall,
very tall purple man. What? By the way, speaking of that, of your character, what's with the face? Is it like a mask, or is it just actually a face?
It was a mask originally, but then it just kind of became a face.
Or it just metamorphosed into the face.
Yeah.
Yes, I am also. Despite how I present myself in my drawings, I'm actually 5'8". I'm very short, because I'm also Asian. I got no shame in saying that, so I don't give a shit. I mean, you know, I could walk up.
Plenty of short Asian friends.
I mean, you know, that's the race perk. You know, that's how we are.
Race perk?
Yeah, the race perk. You know that we're naturally short. So when
I also hear that Asians aren't particularly hairy.
Oh, that's kind of, well, depending on which part of Asia. If it's like Japanese, they're pristinely smooth. Like they're pretty. Right now, I mean, like the Borneo region, we are pretty hairy. As it kind of gets disgusting sometimes, and I'd rather not discuss it too deep. But basically, if I were to ever meet my Polish frog wife, she'd have to get on her knees or to look at me straight.
Well, damn.
Oh, but I like it. I like that she's taller than me. I want to be bridal carried one day.
You're the short king.
Yes, the short king. Yes, I love that. That's a great dynamic. Oh man. So what was my earlier question?
Yeah.
I had an earlier.
Are you intimidated by strong big men?
Something about strong. No, there was something before that. I said I want to finish this topic first.
What was the question?
I don't know where. We just kind of went on a whole thing.
Sorry, I kind of zoned out.
It's the best part of the podcast.
Yeah,
it's where everyone's collective minds just die.
You got more of your questions while you're thinking of that.
Just go on.
All right. Someone from @crab_tank new face. I've never seen this person before.
I think I heard that name.
/ weird. All right. Do you have any controversial food opinions / weird tastes?
I like cat food. Like, yeah. I've tasted cat food.
Is good.
I tasted cat food before because it smells so nice.
That's the most controversial thing I could say. Pineapple on pizza. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like pineapple on pizza.
Although chicken on pizza, that's fucked up. I hate that.
Okay, that's weird.
I hate chicken on pizza. I tried that once and I felt like I was about to throw up from how thick it was.
How could you have a different opinion?
Do you think chicken, like whole chicken?
It was like
just one giant leg of chicken on a pizza.
No,
it's just like the meat sliced up and on top of the pizza.
Yeah.
How could you have a different opinion, you sick fuck? Get out of my face!
I'm sorry, I'm not an aunt. I'm an uncle.
Yeah.
In terms of food,
I eat food.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't like crustaceans. I think they're kind of disgusting. I especially don't like it when the food has a face on it. It makes me really uncomfortable. I also eat my eggs with ketchup. I don't know. Some people don't like that. Apparently, I don't know why. I mean,
eggs with ketchup is like how you do it.
Yeah, like I don't know. Some people aren't into that.
With ketchup.
Some people don't like that. Apparently, I don't know why.
You need to eat scrambled eggs with ketchup. That's like it's just how you do it.
Oh, God.
I just eat the egg raw, including the shell.
Oh, hot.
Okay, wow. So you get your protein. I think that's what the chemical is, right? Anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
What's our next question?
What do we have another question? Yeah. What if from Frank Pepe? What if you went to the store and there was no shelled peanuts?
Huh.
You know, I'd probably be like, that's pretty weird, and then just continue on and like.
There's a strong demand for shelled peanuts.
When I go grocery shopping, I just pick up like raspberries and then like a variety of fruits and vegetables. I'm not particularly healthy, by the way.
Start a revolution.
I'm just starting to get healthy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll actually get to that.
You know,
but
after the whole quarantine,
I will find
job.
the source of the shells and start a fire. That's it. I mean, they must have removed the shell somewhere, and I will track it down and track its IP down and burn it all, and just sit back and sit back and laugh. That's all I do.
Some of these questions are actually from like a week ago, because
you missed some folks. Yeah, you didn't have some folks at the time, and now I am here as a last resort. Is that it now?
No, you're not last resort. You are a very expected and prepared for guest.
Yeah, I know. But also, speaking of the getting healthy, yeah. At some point, you get so miserable that you sort of just force positivity on yourself and like, God damn it! I mean, nothing being miserable. I want to be happy again, and then you just get back up and start fixing your life again.
We all become Bill Doche from King of the Hill.
Yeah. Eventually, humans are just by nature trying to kind of be positive, as much as some people are like so doomer-esque. Some people don't believe certain things they say. Like sometimes I can get very doomery, but then I go around talking to other people about how they should. How about how other people can better their lives when I'm a huge hypocrite and I don't take my own advice. So, we're kind of by nature want to be happy. We do, people are born objectively happy. They just want to live a good life, but the conditions that they're around in and such, it usually changes them a lot. It's sad.
I got a question for you guys. Would you guys, I don't know, consider yourselves optimists, pessimists, realists, or what have you? Personal verdict.
For me,
I'll be honest, I never even thought of any of those.
Yeah, I don't generally.
I guess
I'm not presenting myself as a saint. That definitely.
To an extent, a realist. Although I am a bit optimistic about certain things sometimes. But then I ground myself.
It's definitely a good level.
It really depends on the situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's not like a definitive answer I can give.
Yeah, it's just a bit of while. Some situations call for different kind of attitudes. As for me, generally, I come to know that I'm kind of a spiteful asshole internally. But I'm just extremely patient and good at hiding it. Because sometimes I generally like to talk to people because I just want to feel good. I don't. People say you do good things for the sake of being good. That's where for me I kind of do it just because I just want to feel like I did something. It's kind of more of a selfish purpose there. So yeah, I ain't doing it with proper intentions. People probably get mad at me, but I don't care. I lost all reason to keep up a persona. I'd rather just be a funny skeleton man. That's what I just want to be.
You want to be you're comfortable with,
People should learn that more instead of being sheep. Wake up! Wake up to the clock!
Yeah, that's how it is a lot of the time. Just be true to yourself. It's not that hard. Just be happy.
Be happy, you son of a bitch!
I'll fucking go to you. I'll find your house. I'll fucking punch you in the nuts. I will choke you. Fuck! Okay. I always love that. Threateningly positive. That's my favorite thing. Threateningly positive.
That's a really good thing.
So
better have a fucking good day.
So
Your ass.
Yeah, kind of like
Look forward
kinda like
to
a
that
dystopia.
at least.
Bitch, by the end of this, you're gonna love yourself so fucking hard.
God.
It sounds more sexual than you probably intended it to be.
Hey, that's at least material for certain people to work with. Who knows? I don't know. Hey, audience, draw yaoi. There we go.
Stop! No!
No,
no!
Come on! What? No, I don't want to be gay. No. Audience, draw us in a triple orgy. Definitely, I approve. Draw us being hot. draw hot, girl. Draw hot us.
You've been listening this far.
Yes, you've been listening this far. Hey, if you've been listening this far, thanks. Actually,
yeah, thank
for sticking this song. Thank you for listening this far, lads. Yeah, it's pretty hard considering there's three of us morons, kind of probably half awake, and we're colliding our brains together in an effort to make content. But hey, at least it's content you people can be distracted from the, especially in the current state of the world. At least you lads can do is at least distract people from the world. That's also a good thing why people should be creating content, at least to help people to turn their brains off for at least a moment.
Yeah. Actually, trying to think, when the fuck did I wake up today? We're recording on Wednesday, and I did not sleep last night. I had a few activities I had to do today.
Yeah, it's funny. I am from the future because our time zones are insane. So there's like a 13-hour difference from you guys.
13 hours ahead, I think.
Yes, I am from the future. So I am now officially in Halloween. And I gotta say, Halloween. This Halloween sucks because there's no one outside because there's a fucking pandemic, and there shouldn't be anyone outside because there's a fucking pandemic.
You don't even have to draw yourself as a little Halloween-y style. You're already a skeleton.
I am already a skeleton. That's the perk of being a skeleton. It's Halloween every year.
It can't be that hard to wear your mask, especially at Halloween.
Some people probably just don't want their children going out in contact with all that stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah, do want to get that sweet
just
candy.
Put on a classic slasher from the 80s, like Friday the 13th or Halloween.
I mean, I could just put on my Plague Doctor mask that I bought from the internet over my doctor mask. I could just walk around in that, have people, and I get. You see, Halloween just an excuse so that people can just dress weird, really.
Yeah.
And not feel judged. Oh god.
Halloween is like the best season for me.
Honestly,
it always is.
I love it.
Yes.
It's like it's not like I can finally go outside, come home not drenched in sweat, or freezing my testicles.
Fall is my favorite season. It's just a nice in between. It's
so,
very pretty too.
Yeah, definitely. Though in here,
and everything's dying.
In this tropical weather,
although
I don't have any.
Fucking hate it when I almost slip on a leaf. That happens more times. That happens more times than I'd like to admit.
Yeah.
Comical banana slipping sound.
But leaf.
Being in tropical weather, there's no snow here at all. So mostly for the time, I'm always sweating. So I come back home smelling like your average Redditor.
Yeah.
Almost always. And I can't dress as cool as I can normally because of that. Because I still end up smelling like a Redditor.
Yeah, that's also another reason I'd like to move to like somewhere in Alberta, is just to experience cold weather. Because in BC, it only snows in January and February.
I've never felt this pleasant fluffiness of snow in my whole life.
Yeah.
I've experienced snow. It's just like this city isn't to adapt to it, and whenever it does snow, things have to shut down.
I will make a snow wife,
and
I will propagate snow children.
You would think that since you're in Canada, it would be, I don't know.
Vancouver is like the most American Canadian part of Canada.
Well,
I don't get this bag of milk. Most people don't even speak French. We're like not too Canadian. We have films that are like set in America, shot in Canada.
Yeah, and like you don't really have any accent whatsoever. I mean, Tuna will have a bit of an accent, like a boot, all that stuff.
Sorry.
That's because he lives in like the fucking middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I think one thing that always catches me off guard is hearing a voice actor talk normally, with like no noticeable accent, and all of a sudden hearing them say sorry, like very almost cartoonishly. It's like so jarring. Like, oh, it makes you go, they're Canadian shit. It's always so funny to hear.
Like that.
Oh, I didn't know Canadians existed. I thought it was a lie. I thought Canadians were nothing but conspiracy. But when I think of Canadians, I think of those South Park fellas because I love them a lot. I love South Park Canadians. They're really funny little lads. Them and their funny little mouth things, which is ironically how the tiny Carl is based off of. There's like two versions of Carl, like the actual tall Carl, which is not tall at 5'8", and tiny Carl, which is which has a little yappy one. So yeah. Also, speaking of characters, how did the purple Twinkie man come to fruition, Mr. Markiplier?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if I told on the podcast before, and it's not that interesting. I mean, actually, a bit ago, last night. Actually, I was talking about the history of the design, and I'll send it in chat here. I actually drew recently. I redrew the very first, like, incarnation of Electric. I'll send it here in chat. But yeah.
Oh,
Now, can you describe it for the listeners? I'm not putting this in post.
Yeah,
No, of course. It's just a shadowy, jagged figure, with.
It's a pool of cum. It's this very globular.
Go on my Twitter, you'll probably see it. But yeah.
No. It's on the top. It's on the top right corner. The center one's not. It's not. It's on the top right corner. So yeah.
And there were color changes, design changes, and just I don't know, just kind of happened the way it did.
Yeah.
I just liked the design. I just kind of doodled one day, little sad smiling face with the line over the eye and mouth, and I was like, I like this. I just kept drawing it and became my internet face.
Purple Onceler.
No,
No.
if I could, I have been told by many people, specifically Seba, it's like,
Yeah, you told me that.
Bell's design, reminds him of the Onceler and like that sort of like the guy from
That
Supercat,
daddy,
like
that
sort
Tumblr
of-
daddy aesthetic.
Yeah, Tumblr daddy aesthetic. And I hate how it's read.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, ironically enough, it works on me too.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned before on the cast, but a disturbing amount of people are apparently very attracted to my little persona. Subtle flex there.
Yeah, it's also kind of weird because even though I present myself as probably a manic, impulsive moron, people still somehow like really attracted to me. I get worried about that. So I kind of the one I'm already got a girl with me. Go away, ew, icky sex, shooey. No, I do not know. I do not want that sex. I just want affection. Ew, get away.
Carl, what about your little skeleton's design?
Oh man.
How did that come
So
about?
that one. Oh, that one. That's pretty long. So see what Tyc posted.
Out of pure boredom, I drew Vel over Dr. Seuss's scene. How bad could I possibly be?
That's
With
a good one.
with a
Yeah.
YouTube overlay, comments are turned off.
That's a good one.
But in terms of Carl, there's probably there's 3 different designs, but one of them isn't even actually me. So when I started, I didn't actually have a persona. My username wasn't even Carl. It was already just a Steam username, much like Tyke's, and it wasn't even my username. So back then, I think this username probably gonna be reflective of my type of comedy back then. I still remember to this day. It's pretty long. It was Cyber Mage Warrior Banana Peel. Yeah, very funny, isn't it? That was during the time when I was still in my pubescent mind. I was browsing 9gag unironically with my sister.
Wow, if specify unironically.
Yeah.
Get off the podcast right now.
I was on Reddit, ironically.
No, mom, it was ironic. Don't kick me out, please.
Anyways, but
Don't you know
I don't
what
know where the
irony
name.
is?
I actually remember when the name Carl came to fruition when I had a cosmetic set for my medic. So it wasn't even a skeleton; it was actually just my medic, where it was the brush with death and the Das Medan Doctor cosmetic painted gray, and the Doc Holiday painted green, so that he looked like a senile old man. And then I just named him Carl. And then from then on, I kind of adapted. Once I kind of grew on from then, and I started picking up digital art because my sister, who I actually looked up to because she is where I actually got my inspiration to draw, gave me her old tab, and then I started to just doodle around. And I made, and from then on, I just adopted the name Carl Carlson. I don't know where I got the name Carl, and I don't know where I got the James Carlson to, but it has changed. But
I kind of assumed it was just your real name, but I don't know.
oh mine, oh yeah, I am Carl, soon to be Carl. Carl will be real soon. And yes, I was never real this whole time.
It's going to be like Joe all over again. Carl is not his real name! Exclamation question mark.
Can't use that joke again. I'm probably gonna have the thumbnail be Carl pushing an old man downstairs or something. We talked about that for literally 3 seconds, and that's how the thumbnails go. Just like my favorite little bit.
But yeah, Carl, the first Carl that I drew isn't actually my persona, even though I named him at the same time. He was just a skeleton with an eye patch. I just really like skeletons. And then they died, I just didn't draw them anymore, and then at some point, I kind of just amalgamated both Madness and the Canadian from South Park into my thing, and then I just drew that little square, little mini Carl. Until at some point during a vacation, I drew myself with a proper body, and then we kind of just kept changing from there. So it's more of a
Like just an image of
stairs
comic
as
panel
I
of
just threw myself
some
on
guy
this.
throwing a wheelchair
Yes.
guy downstairs.
It's Wolverine
It's Wolverine.
throwing Professor X down the stairs.
And Professor X
Great.
being me, and the and
Blockchain
just have it,
podcast.
have it be both you and Vel be very buff throwing me off the stairs.
I'll think of something, I'm sure.
Including
Sorry.
the wheelchair.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only deliberate thing now is that I just dress him up how I actually dress. Like I actually have the same clothes right now, like how my persona has. The only thing that's deliberate is like how low poly I drew him, because I'm
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
I'm a
You
very
draw
I'm a very
low
square,
poly, sort of. Yeah.
especially the head part, because it's meant to be a literal visual gag that I'm meant to be a blockhead. So yeah, that's the whole joke, especially with the whole real Carl,
It's good design.
the flesh Carl, so that I can just hide under
Yeah.
it. It's like I'm
I
hiding
remember
under a
some
character.
art you made. Where it was like you crawling out of your skeleton guy's mouth,
Oh,
all
yeah.
covered in neon goo.
Oh
Those
yeah,
are cool
it's
as well.
it's owl goo. Yeah, thanks.
Man,
Thanks
it's
for
just
that.
always cool to see your art.
Oh, it's always good to.
legit.
It's always good to also see you also kind of change. Like when I saw you were very abstract, and I'm assuming you weren't in a really good mindset at that time. But it's also nice to see that you've grown taller
Thank you.
and more luscious, man.
I'm taller. Actually,
I'm taken. I shouldn't be saying this. Hey,
actually, Tyc, I want to ask you quick. I don't think I've ever asked. Do you have an interesting story behind your guys' design?
Oh,
yeah.
I love creating characters when I was like 14, and I kept all of them. I of course redesigned them over time.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
regarding personas, I've never stuck with one.
Yeah.
I've always switched between like what's essentially turning into characters, like actual written down characters that I'm
So more like a mascot than a persona.
yeah, something like that. But like they're now turning into actual fleshed out characters that I'm writing down right now, live on the podcast.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
It's always funny because when it comes to characters, usually they're all, for me. Whenever I make a character, it's kind of just a weird projection of myself in just concentrated forms. Because usually, when you write a character, it's always, the advice is to always just write what you know. So they just end up being bits of me in the end.
Yeah.
Especially my cowboy skeleton and my tired mess blonde chick, Evan and Beatrice, and the
Very-
two cow cow folks with bird powers.
Are you actually working on like a comic or something, or like a game or
I-
something with them, or are they
well-
just kind of characters for now?
I definitely, well, for what I can do right now, I can definitely make like a half motion comic, because the way I think about it now, it's more fitting to be in the game, because the more I think about it, the more I am just taking notes from Devil May Cry with how they present their story, with how these characters is sort of. It sounds like the story is not matter. It's just that it's more of a. It's also a bit like Samurai Jack, where I generally just prefer to have characters do things rather than explicitly say them. But of course, sometimes saying it's easier to just tell rather than show in some occasions. Just some things just work. But I do plan on making a comic at some point. I'm just not making any promises and all that. But
Yeah.
I just don't know where to start. I know I can just start right now. The problem is I literally just don't know where to start. So at some point, I'm just gonna have to start at any random non-chronological order, so the fucking comic theorists can decipher the timeline in chronological order.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah, just like with
Five Nights at
I
Freddy's.
keep bringing this up with the podcast, but DC's animated series is from like the 90s and
Yeah.
up until Justice League. They were all individual shows that were just barely connected.
Yeah.
They never really referenced each other until like later at the later end. Like that's kind of the way I want to write my characters and stories, is like they're just loosely connected. You don't need to see this and that just to catch up. Just individual stories, not like long running arcs spanning from beginning to end. I think that's like
Pretty good.
that type of story is like, for high ambitious stories, it's a little overrated for like independent projects.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now, speaking of superheroes, that new Batman movie, that Robert Pattinson though.
Oh,
ooh,
that
he's
that
a,
is-
he a
that is
big
the-
spicy man.
That is the only superhero movie I'm excited for.
That Robert Pattinson is one big hunk of meat. Gotta say.
He is a Chad, and that
Looking
is
forward to it.
he is perfect casting because he has the jawline to show, and he beat up Doug Walker.
Yeah.
Beat up- he
We're
just
coming.
he made a shitty review and he saw that, he tracked him down with his Batmobile, just ram him down, made a recording.
A bat. Yeah, I got a bat credit card. Boo. A bat credit card? We were making fun of that for like a good couple days.
Good
Still
month,
funny. It wasn't a month.
2 months.
You're giving us too much credit to hold on to a joke. We are coming up on the end here. Any closing thoughts?
Any closing thoughts? Let's see here. Follow me to the ends of the earth. I will totally follow you. Just jump off that cliff. That's all I
He's gonna
got.
push you.
No. But
He's gonna. You will.
I guess the
Oh, am I?
catch up news for me. I'm going to be more active on my alt because like Twitter's getting too much, getting too real. I just want a
Yeah.
smaller scale. I want to be an asshole again. Like,
yeah.
because
that's
there's
the
a
same
certain expectation being like
thing.
essentially a
in social
public
media.
figure at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Yeah, I
this
did
point,
the same with restarting my Twitter account. I did that because at some point, this is getting fucking boring. I don't want to fucking do this anymore. I don't want to keep putting on this sort of character. I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of am, but at the
I
same
miss
time, it's
I
not
miss being an
necessarily-
asshole and seeing the initial reaction when no one expects it,
Yeah.
instead of
that's
just
great.
the he said the funny, he said it, has been hotel.
I get that. I get that. It's a. There's a freedom with being
Yeah.
more unknown.
I feel like, I think that's then. You see, ironically enough,
I feel like
that
every
reminds me.
big public internet figure has a burner account just so they can be an ass.
Oh, totally. I have one.
I feel like it's ironically enough, it's kind of like this witch things where there's sort of a standard got. People like to think that we've moved on from that. Ironically enough, it kind of moved on to in Twitter. Now we're digitally burning people. That's the world we live in. We We live in a society. We live in a society that abandons us and treats us like trash. Oh, God. Oh, sorry. I should be even though I practiced a lot earlier, I'm still very checked out because I just. But
Won't expect too much activity from me, except maybe in Discord, and I don't know, they'll like one retweet every other day.
You'll still be doing the blockchain, or
Of course.
You calling it? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'll
gonna be
still
like
being funny.
the only thing that I'll do as Tyc, and maybe like the occasional VC, not on my alt.
Yeah, I'll still be the big funny skeleton on the internet, dribbling my nonsense while posting art for every 2 months.
I gotta make those public appearances and all.
Yeah, I mean, at least for now, I know I'm staying Vel. I will be for a while. I mean, so take it as it comes, of course. But
in regarding to like, you can still refer to me as Tyc if you know my alt's username, but like, it really doesn't matter what you call me online. So I've been called literally everything.
Names.
Just about every
Okay,
slur
literally
in the book.
everything.
Just about every slur in the book. Like,
Have you ever been called?
Some people even know my full name.
Man,
Like they've never used that against me, of course. But like,
and they never would.
Right. Nah.
man, your mom has some handle on you. Then she knows your name.
Yeah.
Have you been called pretty
you.
though? Was that on your slur? Have you ever been called pretty, Tyc?
Pretty?
Yeah. Have you ever been called pretty, handsome? No, I've been called ugly my whole life. This is how the life works.
That's how it be. But anyways, thank you.
Thank you
Carl,
for having
so
me
much
here.
for being on, and we'll catch you all later on the next episode.
I will catch you in my arms. Audience, do not listen to the man across the street.
Alright, get over here, come on.
Okay.
Time to die.
Alright.
Oh God, what are you gonna do to him?
You don't want to
Okay.
know.
I'm gonna kiss you. Bye bye. Give me a kiss, you big tall man.
No.
Get down here.
You gotta stop. No!
Alright.
I'm still recording. I'm keeping this in.
Go on, we gotta.
We're done now, though.
Draw Yahweh. Draws kissing. Draws making out, audience. Whoever draws. Whoever's. Okay, shit. Okay. Okay. Fine, I'm gonna stop recording then.